Hey, today I wanted to talk about bullying. I feel that this is a really important topic to talk about because I know that most people will go through this, and I just want to say that if you're someone who bullies someone and you know you're bullying someone, then you should be ashamed of yourself. It is not funny. I mean, you think, oh, I'm just having a laugh. It's funny. It's nothing serious. It's just funny. Well, it's not. It's not funny to them. It is never funny to them. You think, oh, it's just funny. Well, it's not, because inside it is hurting them and you don't know it. Maybe they smile, maybe they'll laugh too, but inside it really hurts them. It does, and they have to sit in there and pretend that they don't care, that they're not bothered about the things that you're saying. Well, really, they are. They are bothered. I mean, I had to move school because of bullying, because it was that bad that I couldn't take it anymore. I had it all the way through high school, right from first year till I moved this year. And I just want to say that it is horrible. Like, you should never do something like that to someone. I mean, I did not want to go to school. I was scared to go to school. I would sit in my house and I would beg my mum. I would cry and beg my mum to not make me go to school. I would skip my classes and I would do anything to not be there because I was scared. I was scared of being pushed down, hit, kicked, called names, shouted stuff at. It was horrible. It was the worst thing you could ever imagine. And no one that is, if you've not experienced bullying, you will never know how bad it can be, because it can be horrible. And if you're bullying someone and making them feel like that, then you should be ashamed of yourself. No one should be made to feel the way that bullies make people feel. It is horrible, and it is just sick that in this day and age, in this time, 2015, bullying still happens and is worse than ever. I mean, you go to school, there's bullying. You come home and go on your computer, there's bullying. You walk out your door and walk down the street, there's bullying. You can't get away from them. They're everywhere. And it is horrible to know that you have to face that every time you walk out your door. How do you think that makes people feel? How do you think people feel knowing that they're having to get up and go to some place where all they're going to get is abuse the whole day, then come home and get more when they go online? How is that fair? How is it fair that people are cutting themselves, burning themselves, bruising themselves, attempting to kill themselves, thinking about it on a daily basis purely because of bullying? How is that fair? How is it fair that people can make people feel that bad that they could consider ending their life every single day of their life because it is that bad? They feel they have no escape and no other way out. I was lucky that I had the support of my family to get me out of that school, but it took 3 years to get out of there, and it was horrible. I spent 3 years in complete hell and absolute misery because I dreaded going to school, because I knew people were all I was going to get was abuse, and I hated it. And worse still is that I hated it and I couldn't even tell anybody about it because I was so afraid. Because people do get afraid. We may put on a brave face, but yeah, people get afraid. I'm sure that you would feel afraid if you had to deal with that every single day of your life. How is it funny? How is it funny to think that one day someone could be having a really hard time, a lot of bad things could be going wrong in their life that you don't even know about, and one day you could hit them, push them down, or say a comment, and that could be it. That could be the one thing that pushes them over the edge. How would you feel knowing that someone had ended their life because you pushed them over the edge, because they couldn't take it anymore, and you gave them that one last little push that they needed to say, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore, because that's all it takes. All it takes is one little thing to happen if they're already having a bad time, and you can push someone over the edge, and you've got to live for that for the rest of your life, knowing that you sitting right there ended someone's life because you thought it was funny to take the piss out of them, and you thought it was funny to push them down, and you thought it was funny to beat them up and throw their bag around. You thought it was funny. Is it funny now? Is it still funny when they have killed themselves and they're sitting there 6 feet under the ground, and you're sitting up here still thinking, oh my God, that was my fault. You have to live with it. It was your fault. If they kill themselves because of what you did, then it is your fault, and you have to live with that for the rest of your life. They don't have to live with it because it's too late for them. It's not for you. You have to sit there and live with the fact that you yourself. They're the ones that killed themselves, but you're the one that put them there. You killed them, not them. They're the ones that couldn't take it anymore, and they're the ones that had to escape. Not everybody can hold on that strongly for that long. Some people only feel like they have to give up. They feel like that's the only way out. I had to do anything to escape. There was a time I would have done anything to get away from that. I would have done anything to get away. All I wanted to do was get away from it. And I was lucky enough to get out of the school before it got really bad. There's some people that don't have that. There's some people that kill themselves because it is their only option to get out. It is their only option to get free. So I just want to say that if you're someone who is feeling that they're getting bullied, and if you get bullied on a daily basis, stay strong and get the fuck out of there the first chance you get, because it is horrible. It is the worst thing imaginable. You can't, people that bully people just don't understand how bad it can be. They just don't get it. They don't get the effect that they are having on someone's life. They may think, oh, it's just funny, it's just a joke. It doesn't mean anything by it. Look, they're laughing, it's fine. They will be laughing because they don't want you to know that it bothers them. They don't want you to see that they have a weak point and they do feel sad when someone kicks them, punches them, says something horrible to them. They don't want you to know that it bothers them. So they smile, they'll laugh, they'll go along with it, but inside it hurts them. It hurts them more than ever. And how is it fair that you're hurting these people and they are hurting themselves because they feel that horribly about it? They feel horrible about themselves because it gets to the point where they hate themselves because of the way that you've spoke to them. They feel like shit because you have put so much hate on them that they start to believe it themselves. And that is why self-harm happens. That is why it happens, because people like you think it's funny to take the piss out of people and have a joke. It's not a joke. It is not a joke when people are scarred for life, or people don't even have a life to live anymore because of what you've done to them, because of the place you have put them in. That is you. And people need to seriously get a grip of it, because it is not funny, it is immature, and it's sick. It is sick that people are killing themselves because they have no choice because of what you've done. How would you feel if you had to live with that for the rest of your life? Just think about it, okay? But the next time that you go to push someone over in the corridors, the next time you go to laugh at someone or call them ugly, call them stupid, call them whatever, the next time you feel like doing that, just think about this. If they kill themselves, you have to live with that. If they put themselves in hospital because they tried it, they tried to kill themselves, they cut too deep, whatever, you have that on your conscience. That's your fault. And it will always be your fault because you're the one that put them there. So just remember that if you're a bully, then just think about the effect that you're having on someone's life. Think it's maybe not a joke to them, even if it's a joke to you. Just think about it.